You are one emergency away from being completely broke. I heard this from actual a student of mine that was kind of giving me his situation, and I thought to myself when he said that, I'm like, you're right. You know what's kind of crazy? In the world we live in today, there are around over 56% of people that have less than $1,000 in their bank account. 56% over that, around that. That's crazy to think about because realistically, if anything is to happen in your life right now, in terms of a big situation, whether that's something medically wise, your car, whatever that may be, and God forbid that happens. But think about when that happens, you're smacked with that bill, and then all you have is $1,000, or even less than that. You're pretty much effed, right? Because you have no real security and you're relying on your paycheck to come in to pay that. But realistically, you don't have enough coming in to cover those things. And this is why I stress and urge, like, find something that can make you a couple $1,000s per month. And this is coming from someone who's worked the 20 plus jobs. Like, I've been there. I understand what it's like. I understand what it's like to have the negative bank accounts, to work from the paycheck to paycheck. I've been there. I have been there. Like, I understand it. But 4 years later, I've not worked a job since. And that wasn't because I didn't go out and try new things. It was me knowing that if I could try new things to get me out the position where I currently was in, there was only better things that could come out of that. Yeah, maybe I failed throughout the way and I hit some bumps and had some bumps and bruises, but look back at it, it's like, damn, 4 years later, look where I am now. I think the biggest reason why most don't ever take risks in life is because, and this is the main reason, it's the fear of uncertainty. It's what they know. It's what they're comfortable with. It's what they've taught. It's what they've been raised around. I was raised around that type of like mindset where it's like, get the job, do this, and that's it. It was never, oh, go outside your comfort zone and try these different things and fail as much as you can and waste money and spend money and fuck off and be messed up in the head. We wasn't taught none of that. It was a lot of life experience that I had to go through for myself to figure that out. But once I really truly figured it out, I realized it's like, I can't live this way. I cannot live this way. Like, even seeing my mom, my teachers, it's like, I can't live in a mindset like they live in, but also I can't financially be put in that position because the life that I want, the things that I want to do, retire my mom, I can't do that from a normal and a traditional standpoint. So that left me to figuring out business models. Probably just like you. I mean, you thumbed through business models, you tried a lot of different things and nothing happened. You're going to fucking suck for thousands of times and maybe even years. I sucked for years. I tried dozens of business models, dozens of Shopify stores. I probably had like 30 or 40 plus Shopify stores before I hit big. And that's crazy. I kid you not. I probably had like 30 to 40 stores before I actually hit. And when I hit, I did hit. But all it takes is realistically is just one time to do it. And this is me being straight up and honest with you guys. Like, my shit wasn't bumps like rainbows and sunshines. Like, I went through a lot to get to where I am today. But also, I believe I'm still nowhere near where I want to be. I'm still learning every single day. I don't think I have this shit figured out. 22 years old. But by the grace of God, he has a plan for me. He's guiding me throughout this all step by step. And I sit back and I smile and I don't question it because at the end of the day, what I had to go through to get here is what was meant to happen for me to get here. Now I'm going through other things that I have to get through that's going to get me to the next part. So there's seasons of it, but you can't allow the blessings and the seasons to be blocked if you're still holding on to what was in the past. You can't expect change when you're still stuck in the middle. It just doesn't work that way. So with all that being said, I come to you and I share this business model with you guys because I genuinely believe it's the best and most easiest and free business model that you can go out and make just $1,000 a month. Couple $1,000s, like realistically, a couple $1,000s would change a lot of people's situation and even your current life. But it starts from you being able to do it. You be able to invest into yourself. You be able to take that leap. Financially, you have to be able to sacrifice and take those jumps for yourself to better yourself down the line. Because if not, what you're used to doing is staying comfortable and not investing into yourself is the same reason why every time something comes up, you're back in the red and you can't handle the expenses or whatever is going on. You can't take the trips with your friend because you have not taken the bet on yourself. You need to fear being stuck where you are versus fear taking a risk and putting an investment towards something that can get you to where you want to go. That should be the biggest fear that you should fear, is being stuck where you are in the next 2, 3, or even 10 years. So with this business model, like I said, being a content amplifier and landing these high ticket brand deals, you can find these brands everywhere that are willing to pay you a couple $1,000 per month. Like, that's the thing. It's such a blue ocean and a blue opportunity. It's allowed me to not work a job. I haven't worked a job in almost 5 years now, 4 years. I think 2022. 2021. I think it's like 2021. About 4 years now. And this is my full-time life. I've traveled. I mean, I've lived in Nashville, Costa Rica. I lived in Toronto. I lived in Florida. I lived in Texas by content. Content has allowed me to live this life. And it's one of those things where I would not be able to jump around and do what I'm doing now if I was at them damn 9 to 5s. I'll tell you that right now. I just wouldn't have. But, sometimes I had to take those risks where I was negative 10, 15, 20 grand at one point in time in my life. But I got out of it because I trusted myself. But you got to genuinely just believe. Like, you can't feel sorry for yourself. You can't sit around feeling sorry and asking, why can't that be me? Like, I was once you behind the screen. Why can't that be me? It's not you because you don't even trust your damn self to jump into something. With this model, like I said, it's such a blue ocean. Brands are out there. They want to stay relevant. No one's pitching this to them. Everyone's so fixated on shop, all these other flashy business models. While they work, I've dropship, I've done Amazon, FBA, I've done it all. They work, but it's a lot more tedious, and of course, how it's marketed, it's not as easy as it seems. There's a lot of more things that go into this. As in content, you learn the 3 core skills of content, which is a visual, a concept, a hook. You can translate content and start your own business, run your own marketing agency, do it for companies like I do it for. It's evergreen, but it's free. But more importantly, brands need this because they're not being pitched this. So that's why it's such a blue ocean, why my students crush it, why I crushed it full time. Been doing it for 4 years. So there's a lesson in that. And I show you on my page how to go out and do it. But realistically, ask yourself, what would an extra 1 to 5K do for you a month in the next 90 days? It probably would change your life. So I'm hoping this video is the one that you come across and that potentially I can guide you, walk you through this entire path because I've been where you are and I know what it feels like. But it doesn't have to be your reality forever. And I pray that you get out of it. But you got to trust yourself more than anything. So appreciate your guys' time. Hope you watch this all the way through. And see you inside. Peace.